Hi everybody, it's Darren here. I thought I'd put another video blog together just before we all disappear on our summer holidays. Feedback from the last video blog was keep it a bit shorter, so I'm going to try and do that this time. I thought what I'd talk about was a meeting that I attended last week with Kevin and his leadership team. We actually decided to get Kevin's functional leadership team together. So it's really all of his leaders minus the sales leaders. So we thought we'd let the sales guys deal with PG days and get out there in front of customers last week and bring together the functional support that Kevin has. So the marketing organisation, the CTO organisation, LOB, finance, etc. And in that session, what was quite interesting is we reflected back on the conversations we were having the end of last year, really. So just after the separation announcement, when we'd started planning this year's business. And so it was very interesting to reflect back on what we said we'd do and compare really where we are right now with what we said we would do back then. One of the outcomes from that, what I thought I'd share with you was, it was quite interesting as we looked at how we thought we'd grow our business product by product this year. The 4 areas of our solution portfolio that we said we'd grow aggressively were MSS, DCS, the SEP component supported by ATP, and also user authentication. And so it's quite interesting to think about the progress we've made on some of those areas and some of the things that we're all active and tracking as we go through this year. If we think about MSS, we've had James Hanlon as a strategist working very hard with the partner team to create a partner program allowing us to do more with partners and the MSS solution. That's really starting now to deliver some real business benefit. If we think about SEP, well, obviously one of the ways that we're going to accelerate our SEP business is with ATP. As you know, we're now in the conditional access program now for ATP. That's progressing well, and we're expecting the launch to occur in October, which should, as predicted, drive our SEP business much, much harder. If we think about user authentication, the whole cloud security broker conversation is one that I'm having very regularly with customers, and I think that's going to do a lot to encourage that part of our business. And then if we think about DCS, well, we've recently done some excellent work putting the value proposition together for Windows 2003, end of support life, etc. And so again, we found ways to start to stimulate that part of our business. So I'm encouraged by the fact that we've got behind those parts of our portfolio as we said we would, and we're starting to do things to encourage growth there. What I would compel everybody to think about is how are you contributing to that? So all the other parts of our portfolio, of course, are very important. We've got to keep that part of the business running. But what are you doing to contribute to one of those 4 areas? Are you learning enough? Do you feel like you're educated enough? We've got boot camps coming up in the September and October timeframe here in EMEA. So make sure you're properly aligned to those boot camps and you know how you're going to get trained on those products. What are you doing in front of customers? Are you having conversations around those 4 areas? We should be doing everything we can as the Office of the CTO to, again, stimulate growth, particularly in those 4 areas of our portfolio that we committed at the beginning of this year we would accelerate hard in the EMEA region. So I thought I'd share that with you. Hopefully that's interesting. We'd welcome feedback, ideas, comments that you have on that. In the meantime, if you haven't already disappeared on holiday, but you are going to disappear on holiday, have a fantastic summer break. Please do relax with your friends and family, get recharged, ready to come back towards the back end of Q2 and get stuck into the Q2 period. It's absolutely vital we make that half-year number here in EMEA. Got a bit of making up to do from the slight shortfall in Q1, so it's important you'll come back from your holidays charged, passionate and engaged. Thank you very much for everything you're doing, and I'll speak to you all soon.